Good morning. November 25th, 2022. Black Friday. There I got an audio confirmation. It's 9 a.m. straight up, and this is Windows Daily number 103. And the topic for today was selected about 15 minutes ago in response to an email sent to me by Josh Kinder. I see Robert Michael, Parker Morris, Randy Israel. Hello in the chat room. I'll pop out chat and position it over here to where I can see it running all the time to make sure there's nothing going wrong with the stream. And then get me an extra chat window open over here, so that in case I need to interact with the chat during this session, we can do that. There we go. So I'm going to read the email to you. I'm not going to put it on screen. You know that Josh, or those of you who know Josh, knows that he uses a voice dictation, so it doesn't always read it very well. So I'm going to kind of do a little editing as I read here. He says, my aunt tells me there was an update for Macrim Reflect, but when I went on to my account to do the update, it said error 431. So I have to go onto my account and try to update, but it said it was updated. The people that make the update for the backup program, can they put out an update and then take it down? So he's asking, can they issue an update and then take it down right away? If so, how would they do it? This is something. Maybe this is something for your Windows Daily or a Zoom talk on Saturday. So obviously, I'm choosing to do this during the Windows Daily episode because it brings up a really good topic. Really good subject on several different points. So I want to go take a look at Macrim Reflect and what update they're issuing. I haven't received any notice on my computer, and I suspect I don't even have automatic updates enabled on Macrim Reflect, and that's part of this topic. I want to tell you why. Why does Doug not have automatic updates set for this? I don't want it for Macrim Reflect and several other softwares that may be on my computer. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my update strategy. Tony says AVDVR good. Thank you. And then, but let's go on some of the shorter points in Josh's email. That error 431. Let's first go take a look at that. What is that about? Error 431. Well, here I just did a Google search. Error 431. It's definition, status, causes, and solutions. Officially request header fields too large. Means the server has dropped the request. And down here more, HTTP 431 request header fields too large. Status code indicates that the server refuses to process requests. It's not actually saying page not available. So I'm not really too concerned about what that particular error message is meaning in this instance. It might be meaning that they've got something wrong on their end. It might be on your computer's end. It might be something to do with the browser. But when Josh went to try to do this on his own computer, he didn't get that error message because, oh, wait a minute. No, he did get it when he went to his account to do the update. So let's go see what I get. I haven't tried it yet. So I'm going to, let's see, where do I want to start this out at? Okay, I'll do that over here. I'll bring this up on screen. You'll get the mirror and mirror effect for a little bit there. And I'm going to go launch Macrim Reflect. Now this is Big Beast build that I'm doing this on. I do have scheduled backups occurring on this computer. And so when I launch it, it tells me there's an update available, but I didn't get any notification in Windows in regards to that. Now, the reason for that, if I come down here in the bottom right corner, excuse me, I'm moving my mouse around in the bottom right corner. If I click on that, notifications, we see no new notifications. Well, why would that be? Did I already clear them out for the day? No, I did not. I have all notifications turned off. I do not want notifications popping up while I'm live streaming or while I'm playing Fortnite or whatever else I'm doing through the day. And when you have the notifications on, there's a lot of nuisance notifications that come up. So I turn it off. I usually turn it off on my clients' computers because typically what will happen if they get a notification pop up while they're working, they just click it away. they don't even read it. So it doesn't serve any beneficial purpose for them to have notifications on. And you say, well, but wait, Doug, what if there's something you need to deal with on it? Well, that'll typically show up in one way or another. And when it does, it may be causing a problem. They call me and I deal with the problem. But there's way too many notifications for them to pay attention to them, for them to read them, for them to send me a question. Do we need to do anything about this? It's way too much busy work. So I let it go until there's actually a problem to deal with. And some people are going to hate on me for that. All right. If that bothers you that I do that, go see a counselor. Yeah, I'm sure you can find a therapist that will help you get over that. Therapist says, well, how can I help you today? Well, these things that Doug's doing, they just bother me. And the therapist will take you through, your childhood things and your parent issues and try to figure out why it bothers you so much, how I choose to run my business. Okay, so here, Macroom Reflect. Now, what does it... I don't worry about updates for every other ancillary program that I might have on my computer. Windows updates, yes, I have them automatically running for my clients' computers. I always want automatic updates to be occurring. I want it to automatically reboot the computer after business hours to install the updates for Windows updates. Now then you might ask, well, what about antivirus updates? Well, I have Windows Defender as the antivirus product of choice for me on my clients' computers. If they want a third-party antivirus product, well, it typically means they have somebody in their office who is going to watch out for that. And I do have some clients who do that. But what is this update? The latest update can be skipped if it doesn't apply to your installation or usage. And it's very common that updates for what I'm calling ancillary programs, that means any programs outside the Windows operating system, and for instance, Microsoft 365, I want those to update automatically. I have an attorney's office, for instance, with a law office software. We have automatic updates turned on for that. Macroom Reflect, I'm not worried about having automatic updates turned on. Expired Technicians Media would pop up. Technicians Media has expired. Josh isn't using Technicians Media, doesn't care about it. Imaging, we've improved the speed of loading data indexes when there are many incremental backups in a backup set. So when I've on occasion displayed the prior backups that have been performed on a computer that is scheduled backups, this is saying that it might improve the speed of loading delta indexes when there are many incremental backups. Do I really care about that? Is that something I do a lot? No, it's not. Drive letters were not shown in the partition layout view for dynamic disk volumes. This has been resolved. Is that going to prevent your backups from working? No, it's not. But if you're having that issue, if you see drive letters are missing at this place, wherever it is, and you want to see drive letters there, well, then you'd be interested in this update. What I'm getting at here is most of the updates that the ancillary programs have, they're not really critical security updates. They could be. Now, if they are critical security updates, it probably means that there is a vulnerability in the software where if there is an evildoer out there somewhere in the world who is motivated and interested in trying to hack into your computer, that might be a way for them to get in. But my clients aren't that significant of a target. And 99% of the people I think who watch my channel are not that high of a target. Let's see, Reflect Home or Workstation would show REFS file systems as unformatted. Well, if you're having a problem like that, you'd probably go seeking to see if there's an update. So what I'm getting at, I don't really worry about grabbing every update from Macroom Reflect every time it comes out. So it's going to be Josh's choice. I'm thinking that, gee, Josh, is your aunt going to call you every time that there's a message that pops up about an update? In that case, I would want to turn off those notifications or turn off automatic updates let's see here, edit defaults and settings, or is it in check for updates? If I go check for updates, does it give me an opportunity to turn on or off automatic updates? No, that's just going straight into the update. So how about edit defaults and settings? And looking to see where here, update settings, and skip update notifications for 8.07167. Oh, that's weird. Show a daily Windows notification. Well, I have my Windows notifications turned off, so even though this is checked on, we could send, oh, here's something, Josh, you might want to do is turn off the notifications so that your aunt doesn't see them, but maybe send an email to the first notification and put in your email address in here. I don't know that that'll work if you don't have the paid version. I'm suspecting that won't work if you don't have the paid version. Daily check for updates when Macrium Reflect loads. So it is checking for updates. Restart Macrium Reflect after patching. I don't know if I don't have any recollection of having seen updates. Well, I might as well do what I'm proposing then. Is daily check for updates when it loads? No. Turn off. Turn off. Now, let me go back to, took a little look over at, oh, Dennis, DDT 2005 says, Macrium is ending support for free users and downloaded file fails integrity check. So I think Dennis did made some comment this morning. Oh yeah, when we were playing Fortnite this morning, he got a notification during the game for a Macrium Reflect update, and it actually interfered with his game a little bit. So download file fails integrity check. Well, let's go take a look at that. How about if I go download that, check for updates, and download. So this integrity check, did you get a pop-up then that said it failed? Did you already get it by this point? Here, I think it just did the update and closed down the program. Here's ready to patch. Macrium will patch Macrium Reflect from that version to that version. Oh, 7167, that's the one that it had a checkbox that I could choose to skip that update. Click to start proceed with the patch. So clicking start there. Hopefully this isn't going to interfere with my live stream because this is the computer that I'm live streaming on. It's patching now, so apparently it didn't fail an integrity check for me. That would have already happened. I don't know if Dennis is doing some extra form of integrity check or what. Then finish there. So that piece is done. Then I'm going to go back and look at Josh's email again to remind me of what else I wanted to talk about on this topic. My aunt tells me there's an update for Macrium Reflect, but I went to my account to do the update. It said error 431. So when you went to your account, are you going to an account on the Macrium Reflect website? Yeah, and that doesn't make sense. I think you must mean you're just going in here to do updates. Is that what you mean by going to your account? Do I even have a Macrium Reflect account? Go see if I can log into Macrium Reflect website. I have a paid version, so I probably do have an account of some sort. But here I'm on their website. I don't see any login. I don't recall if there is an account. Oh, I just got a beeping noise in my ear. That's the operator from Macrium Software. What can I help you with today? Nada, thank you, nothing. Now, go back and see what else I wanted to do from Josh's email. My buttons are going really slow today. And I do not have a redirect to Ken Stout's show because I don't think he's doing a show today. So that error 4031, when he went to his account, Yeah, I don't know what you mean by going to the account, so I can't address that. Does he say something? Know the account for the computer. That's Josh. I don't know. I don't. What do you mean account for the computer? Microsoft account? What are you clicking on? What menu option can I click on to try to replicate what you're saying there? Because that still doesn't ring any bells for me. When I go to my account to try to update, but it said it was updated. So that sounds like you're just clicking on the update menu in Macrim Reflect. There's not really an account involved. And so he asks, can they put out an update and then take it down? Absolutely. And that is a fairly, I mean, that's not too uncommon. Microsoft does that too, where they'll put out an update and then take it down not too long after that. It's basically because they discover that computers out there are having troubles with it. There's some, oh, come on, I'm forgetting the word, telemetry, information that when you go to do an update on a program, it will communicate with their server, phone home, and tell a little bit about how that's going. And if they discover that computers out there are having trouble with it, then they could take that update down, absolutely. And Microsoft does that on occasion. Let's see, there's my admin account. Your admin account. Yeah, Josh, I still don't know what are you clicking on? Your admin account? I'm thinking maybe he logs into Windows with his administrator account and then tries to do the Macrim Reflect update and then gets that. I don't know. We're not going to, Josh, maybe we could do that in the Saturday stream because yeah, I'm not going to keep doing this piecemeal chat room to try to catch up with you. So we might do that tomorrow if there's something there for you to show, because I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Oh, I want to make a comment about that. Ancillary programs such as Macrim Reflect, how much testing do they do of their updates? Microsoft gets so much criticism, takes so much heat over not testing their updates thoroughly enough. Well, I think they do. They have the whole insiders program to where their updates get out to a lot of computers, a lot of corporate environments where their IT departments are testing them, but that doesn't test them very well against the average Joe computer that's out there, or shall we say the average Josh computer that's out there, the average Doug that's out there. That doesn't test very thoroughly against them. So then when something goes wrong, we just blast Microsoft for not testing things thoroughly. Well, what do you think these other companies that are much smaller than Microsoft, how much testing do you think they do? Look, they're only going to be doing in-house testing, and then they release their update to their audience, and it probably goes out to all of their retail consumers. It's probably pretty rare that they have their own insiders program going on. And it's probably far more common that their updates have glitches or don't quite work right, with some computers out there that have different mix of software and different mix of hardware. And so then they have to either issue another patch to fix that or take that update down. So that absolutely is a thing that they can post an update and then take it down. And that's a reason I don't want to go right away. I'd rather let it wait and incubate for hours or days, or maybe it's the next time that I go check on that client's computer, or maybe I don't check on an update for a particular ancillary program that they have until there's a problem, and I go try to investigate the problem and I see that there's updates. Now, you people who've been watching my channel for a while, you have seen me call up utility programs on my computer, and you tell me in the chat room, Doug, that's out of date. And I am not disciplined about updating all these various different ancillary programs that I might use on a very, very rare instance and not really depending on. And I don't want my computer checking every product on my computer every time I might touch that product for updates, because that just has my computer busy doing other stuff. And that automatic update utility has to be present in memory at some point in time, either resident in memory even when I'm not using the program, or maybe it becomes resident in memory and does that work when I open it. Yeah, Jim says you can't anticipate hundreds of thousands of hardware combinations and how the software will behave. Absolutely. And I wish people would be a little more understanding of Microsoft in that case. They get blasted a lot on that subject when they issue an update and it causes problems, but it's because how the high quantity of updates that they're having to deal with and what a high value target all of their software is that the bad guys are trying to get to that. And also they have a bounty program. So there are white hat hackers out there that are trying to find vulnerabilities and bugs. So if you're going to pay people to find troubles with your software, by gosh, they're going to find it. I wonder does Macrim Reflect have a bounty bug program where they pay people to find flaws with their software? Yeah, I doubt it. I haven't looked for that. Was there anything else that I want to say in here? Yeah, tried to update it, but it was okay. So when Josh tried to update his, it indicated it was already updated. So that might be because it already installed the update before Josh even realized it. Maybe he had automatically updates on, his automatically updated. Maybe his aunt's computer only gets notifications and didn't automatically update. Let's see, what else on here? Do something window. Yeah, that is pretty much covers that topic, I think. I'm sure when I finish this live stream, I'm going to remember something else that I wanted to say because I had about 10 minutes to prepare this subject or let it roll around in my mind a little bit. Jim says Apple controls their hardware so tightly they usually have less problems. Yeah, they have fewer unknowns. Every piece of software and hardware that might be used on an Apple computer goes through Apple somewhere, somehow along the line, so that Apple has awareness of it. Now, I don't know how thorough their testing programs are. And hello, Chris. So let's see. I'm going to scroll up a little bit and see. There's question marks from Dennis. It is Black Friday. It is Black Friday advertising. Daniel Emberley asks, when do you install Microsoft operating system quality updates? Wait until it automatically downloads. Absolutely. I wait till it automatically downloads. I don't go seeking it in advance. Again, because if there's troubles, the early adopters are going to find the troubles. Microsoft's going to learn about the troubles and they'll issue fixes. And I have no hesitation to postponing updates. If I find out there is an update out there that is causing troubles for some people, then I will go over here to, and yes, he's going to show it again. Click on the Windows button and do Update Space Settings. Enter whatever method you go in to get into Windows Update, that's fine. And then go into Advanced Options. And then pause until and select a date down here for how far out you want to pause updates. Now, the last few times that I've demonstrated this, I've had people give me comments on videos say, oh no, with Windows 11, you don't get to do that. You can only postpone updates up to 5 weeks. Well, that's what this is. These dates here are about 5 weeks worth. Goes to December 30th. That's right about 5 weeks. So it sounds to me like Windows updates postponed is very similar in Windows 11 compared to Windows 10, but the screens are laid out different and the choices apparently are shown different. I have had Windows 11 on Baby Beast. I don't have it currently set up anywhere, except I think I have it in, do I have it in that virtual machine? I don't remember whether I did Windows 10 or Windows 11 in there. Let's see, what other questions are there in chat? I'm getting close to shutting this down. If there's anyone on board here that doesn't know, I take questions by email and in chat room and on video comments that I can cover during a Windows daily session, which is Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then there's the Saturday show, which is usually about 2 hours long, that I don't call Windows Daily. And it brings people into the Zoom session and we have a larger interaction. So looking over here for other question marks to see if I got everybody. Macrium is ending support for free users, but they still have the free product. Are you just saying they don't provide tech support for free users? I didn't even know that they did. I already dealt with that. Dennis is going to make a video himself about that subject apparently. Black Friday. So it looks like I'm done here. You'd be surprised the people who complain there are always updates and they do not know you can pause to a convenient time. Yes, that's right. And then there's other things that you can do there too. Go back into update settings and look at advanced options. Now again, whether you have Windows 10 or Windows 11, your choices in here are going to be different. Do you want to receive updates for other Microsoft products when you update Windows? Well, my Microsoft 365, I believe, is updated automatically separate from this option, but I don't know that for sure, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on because I do want Microsoft products updated automatically. Download over metered connections. That's if you're having to pay like cellular data. If you're on an internet connection with your computer that has costing you on your connection time, then maybe in some instances you're connected to a metered connection. You can turn that on. And that was a method that I used with Windows 10 in the early days to prevent updates from happening in the beginning. Yeah, because remember at the beginning of Windows 10, a lot of us who had our ways of doing things with Windows 7, we didn't like the idea of automatic updates and did not trust them. Restart this device as soon as possible when a restart is required. Well, occasionally I've had a client call me, their computer restarted on them while they were working. Well, this turned on could do that, or it could do that back then. I don't know if it still does that when you're actually active. Show notification when your PC requires a restart to finish updating. I do like this to be on for my clients. For myself, I'm not so concerned about because I always notice that little yellow dot or red dot in the notification area in the bottom right corner of the screen. Well, I guess I should point my mouse down here. It'll show up down here in the bottom right area where I'm moving my mouse right now. There's a yellow dot or a red dot indicating you need to restart your computer to install updates. Well, my clients won't notice that. And they'll call me with some kind of symptom on their computer. Their computer is misbehaving somehow. And I connect remotely to their computer and see there's a yellow dot or a red dot. I say, well, before we do any troubleshooting, we got to restart your computer because a pending update that is waiting to install, I have seen them cause all kinds of crazy, weird, unusual symptoms. So when they tell me they have a symptom, if I don't know it right off the top of my head, if I don't recognize the problem and their computer needs to be restarted for an update, I'll say, let's restart it. And it's amazing how often that solves the problem. And once I do that 2 or 3 times with the same client, they learn their lesson. Next time they have trouble, they go look for that yellow or red dot. If it's there, they restart their computer and they don't wind up calling me as often. Pause updates, I already talked about that. Delivery optimization allows Windows to use other computers on your local area network to share the workload of Windows updates. I laugh at those people because they do not look at settings, nothing like updates on a shared computer in a large conference room. Yeah, well, it's a real nuisance to have some kind of update notification coming on while you're in some kind of a presentation. That's not fun at all. It seems to me, didn't that, I think that's happened once or twice. That kind of thing has happened once or twice during a Microsoft, big auditorium presentation. So that'll do it for today's Windows Daily. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we'll have the about 2 hours. It goes however long the subject material seems to fill up the session. We have a Zoom session open where there's several people interacting with whatever topics we discuss. That's an email address there. You can suggest or request a topic or a particular question that you have that I can handle on another day during the Windows Daily. And another feature that's available, particularly on the Saturday shows, is that I can connect remotely to a person's computer and we can look at whatever situation or issue might be going on. So we might be doing that with Josh tomorrow. Oh, Chris says it happened while my pastor was preaching. Got some kind of an update. All right. Catch you later. Have a great day, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Goodbye.